Have you ever walked into a building and instinctively taken off your hat? Or maybe you've seen someone else do it and wondered, why do we do that? It seems like such a small, automatic gesture, but it's actually a tradition with a surprisingly deep and fascinating history. It's a story that takes us back centuries to a time of knights, castles, and strict social codes. So let's dive into the history behind this simple act of courtesy. Our journey begins in medieval Europe. Picture a knight in full armor. That heavy metal helmet wasn't just for decoration. It was essential for survival in battle. However, wearing it also concealed his identity. When a knight entered a friendly castle or a church, removing his helmet was a crucial act of trust and vulnerability. It signaled, "I come in peace. I am not a threat." It was a way of showing respect to his host and revealing his identity, proving he had no hostile intentions. This practical gesture of removing headgear as a sign of peace and respect laid the very foundation for the tradition we know today. As society moved away from knights and armor, the hat replaced the helmet, but the symbolism remained. During the age of chivalry, gentlemen began tipping or removing their hats as a common courtesy. When greeting a lady, they would remove their hat entirely as a sign of utmost respect. When passing an acquaintance on the street, a simple tip of the hat would suffice. This act became a key part of a gentleman's etiquette, a non-verbal way of communicating social standing, respect, and good manners. Entering a private home, a church, or the presence of a monarch without removing one's hat was considered a grave insult. The tradition was further solidified with the rise of a more structured society in the 18th and 19th centuries. Etiquette books became incredibly popular, and they laid out clear rules for every social situation. One of the most steadfast rules was that a gentleman must remove his hat indoors. Why? Because indoor spaces, especially a person's home, were considered safe, private sanctuaries. Wearing a hat indoors implied you were just a visitor passing through, ready to leave at a moment's notice. It suggested a lack of comfort and a certain distrust, echoing that ancient knightly tradition. Taking your hat off signaled, "I am here to stay a while. I respect this space and the people in it." This rule reinforces discipline, respect for the chain of command, and the sanctity of the indoor environment. It's a direct link to those medieval knights showing deference to their superiors and their surroundings. So, the next time you take off your hat as you walk through a door, remember you're not just being polite. You're participating in a tradition that stretches back through centuries. From armored knights showing they came in peace to gentlemen of the Victorian era, demonstrating their good breeding. It's a small gesture packed with a powerful message of trust, vulnerability, and respect. It's a beautiful piece of history that we carry on, often without even realizing it.